Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Allthemod 7. Now, we're still working towards getting our ATM star, and in the last episode we made some pretty good progress in terms of not just generating the power. This guy's now running, assuming he's still on, let's just double check. Yep, he's still on. He's now running a lot faster, literally the fastest I believe he can run. So we have the max injection rate, it literally, 99 is the highest we can go, and when we press enter it goes to 98. So this is the best we can get. Well, the tritium being low is a little bit concerning. We obviously have our storage here for each gas, and they're constantly being filled up. This guy's constantly full, so we're doing pretty good. In turn, this is generating a lot of steam, which is generating let's go back. 40 million forge energy, which is going not into here. Now it's not going into here, not because we haven't ordered antimatter, but because, as you may have known if you've been watching for the past few episodes, for whatever reason, every so often when we leave this dimension, the antimatter recipes we order, they just sort of stop. They just sort of stop working. Now, I'm sure there's a way we can get it working. Like, I have a feeling maybe if I set up an exporter instead, because if we look at these guys over here, like, they're being maintained, right? Which means they're crafting stuff even when I leave the dimension and come back. And that's because they're actually set up with a, like a crafting card back over wherever this is, which I believe is down here if we just quickly have a look. Yeah, we have an exporter with a crafting card, and so this is working. The problem is our manual orders that we do in here where we say, hey, make us some antimatter, they just freeze. I mean, to be fair, in this example here, it is actually making the nuclear waste, which I am a little bit surprised about. But then there's this guy, and like, he should be putting polonium in and making it, but he's just not. He's just simply not. So, I think it might actually be a good idea to put this guy, like put an exporter or something on like a tank with a crafting card. That might be the plan. Now, is all lost? No. We set up this thing. Now, it looks like a giant white cube because it is, but it is a battery. This thing is storing all of the power that would otherwise be going into that SPS, and it can transfer this stuff at a rate of, if we have a look in here, 500 million forge energy, which is pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, with that being said, yeah, we're getting 40 million. As you can see, this is what 40 million RF per tick or 40 million forge energy per tick looks like in this battery. Just to give you a reference of how big this battery is, because this thing here fills up. As in, like, there's a green bar that fills up here. We can't even see it. That's how much this can store. And if you remember from the last episode, inside of this, right in the back corner, there's like 20 blocks. This entire thing can be filled up with storage. So it's a pretty crazy machine, and it's doing stuff, which means I don't really have to worry about the antimatter at all, because we can just let that guy fill up, and then when we do order antimatter, bingo bango, it's gonna be fine. So we can sort of leave this. I feel pretty confident that we can go and we can try and work on some of the other stuff and come back here and maybe smash out all the antimatter all in one go. I think that's on the table. Now, what's next? Well, as you recall, we do need things like emeralds and whatnot, and I think it's about time that we go and do this. Now, in this little box here, as you can see, we've got some stuff. We've got some Vindicators, or are they Vindicators? They might be Evokers, actually, if we have a look in here. Yeah, they're Evokers. Now, there's Evokers and Vindicators. I don't know what the difference is in terms of mob drops. In terms of oh, you know what? Why don't I just look it up? That probably makes a lot more sense. I had this app, yeah, Explorer Pro. I don't know if it's up to date still. Well, give me a second. Okay, it says that the Evoker drops 0 to 1 emeralds. That makes sense. So essentially, you can get an emerald dropped. And then the Vindicator, I believe that's the other one that people are telling me to do. It allegedly also drops 0 to 1, which means we can get away with using our Evoker. I don't think we're going to lose out on anything. Now, obviously at the moment, we've only got one. In order to make more of these spawners, as far as I'm aware, we need Evoker spawn eggs. Now, we've got a lot of charms, and I think you can craft, yeah, we can literally craft this stuff. So I was going to alternatively set up this mob spawner somewhere else, funneling into like a little box, and then I would just, you know, smack them with this sword, maybe put a sweeping edge on it so I hit them all at once, and then obviously our capturing 6 enchant would get us some spawn eggs, right? That was the plan, but we can just use this, and I can literally just shift click, and we now have a stack of Evoker spawn eggs, so that's pretty good. So what's next, you might be wondering? Well, we do need to do some work in here, and on that topic, I'm going to turn everything off. The reason I'm going to do that, oh god, there's still so many mobs down there. Maybe let's maybe get rid of them just to clear up some space. Okay, the reason I'm turning them off is it's a little bit overwhelming when we're trying to work on these. But what I want to do is I want to mass produce these because in terms of emeralds, they've done an amazing job. We have 1.2 million emeralds. Now, for the dimensional seed, which is, I think, the main thing we need these emeralds for, we need a 5 times emerald block. So if we search emerald again, oh, not a 6 times. I don't know why we have 6 times there. A 5 times emerald block? Oh, can we really just craft this? No. Huh? Wait. Do we have everything we need already? With just one of these spawners? I click craft and we now have a 5 times. Am I crazy? That says 5 times. Okay. Well, I guess I'm not gonna set that up this episode. What? Okay. Every so often when I upload the codes from the template manager. So anyhow, that's another story for another day. So what are we doing? Well, we need more evokers, and more importantly, we need to be able to streamline these in terms of making more and more of these spawners exactly the same in terms of upgrades. Now, one side of this is really easy. Wait. I forgot already. We've already got the emeralds, right? Hold on. So if I go in here, let me just double check that it wasn't something else that needed the emeralds. If I order this, oh, it says this is craftable. We'll check that in a second. This thing needs the emeralds. Gotcha. Wait, but, huh? You know what? I think they changed the recipe. I think they changed the recipe to not need a 6 times. And my recipe previously still had the 6 times. That makes more sense because we just looked at the recipe and it says it doesn't need that. So I have a hunch that inside here somewhere is a dimensional seed that is using the wrong recipe. Which I thought would be in here because we've got all the other blocks in there. Maybe it must be in here. Dimensional seed? Interesting. Oh, you know what? I was looking in here for so long. I realized where it is now. It's over in our mystical agriculture thing. I believe it's in here, right? Yeah, there we go. Dimensional seed. Okay, so this guy's different now. If we put him in here, the recipe for the dimensional seed is now this, which looks awfully similar to what it was, but it's completely different. Because now if I go in here and I search for that dimensional seed and we click order on it, now it's pretty much doable in every single aspect except for the end essence or the end stone. Wow. You know what? Oh god. Okay. We might have to do that for a bunch of the big recipes. Okay, yeah. All right. Listen, the star is happening like very soon now. That is scarily soon. Okay. So we just need endstone. That sounds tricky, but I think it's actually really easy as well. In terms of end seeds, we don't have any. In terms of whether they exist, I don't actually know. They do. Okay, end seeds. And these obviously give us end essence, which is actually that stuff there I should have grabbed. And then I imagine that just gives us end stone, one would imagine. End stone. And then, yeah, you can make it end. Okay, cool. Now, I know I could farm these in terms of just a quarry or a chunk destroyer. That is a good idea, but I mean, we have this massive machine set up, so we might as well do it this way. So I'm just going to grab this recipe here for the end seed, grab that, and I believe I can just chuck it into this system. I'm pretty sure it works reliably. Do I have to do filtering? No, everything's actually done beautifully the way that we set this up, which I'm very happy that we did. Yeah, so we can click on this. I can attempt to order 1,000. It's going to say, hey, you actually need some end agglomeratio. And I'll say, whoa, what the hell's agglomeratio? But, we'll get some. We'll get some. That's doable. I imagine. So we'll go in here. End agglomeratio. Okay, so we're going to need end stone for this. Okay. And that's going to use chorus fruit and purpur. We have a bunch of chorus, I believe. Purpur is obviously just some popped chorus. So that's easily done as well. I don't know if we have a recipe for popped chorus. Popped chorus, we have a bunch, but no recipe for it. So we'll go ahead and do that. Just a smelting recipe, that's easily done. Okay, so 2 of you craftings, 1 of you smeltings, and for me, end seeds. Can we get 1,000 now? Not quite, because I don't think we have enough, end stone to begin with. So we need to start off a little bit lower, which, fair enough. Can I do 250? Oh, not 1,250. We don't need to go that high. 250, not quite. We're awfully close. So I'll tell you what, we'll do 200. That probably makes a little bit more sense. What? Still not? Okay. Oh, I hear you. Okay, we'll do 150. 150. Meet you in the middle of the middle of the middle. Okay. So that stuff will craft awfully quickly. You'll be surprised at how quick it crafts. In fact, on our mission over to the actual farm over here, it'll probably be done. And then, yeah, we'll hook this guy up, and then we're good. This place is extra laggy, so do bear in mind as you experience life over here. That is shocking how easily that was crafted now that we've fixed the recipes. So, yeah, it must have been a lot harder previously. I wonder, does it say anything in creative in regards to that? No, it just has the seed. Yeah, very strange. Okay, I don't like that these aren't done. Oh, is it not done because... Yeah, because we've got to craft a bunch of essence. You know what we could do? Now that we have Insanium, we can reverse engineer. And it would actually be a lot faster now that I'm sort of looking at it. And to reverse it, I think it's actually really easy, right? Because you just place it in the grid and it turns back. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys are about to witness insanity. Okay, so at the moment, this thing takes a while. Once I am done, it will not. So we'll grab this recipe. And we're pretty much going to make these. So I'm going to say you. And then I'm going to say you. And then I'm going to say... And in order for this to work, it is a little bit finicky because it means, in theory, I have to get rid of some of the other recipes we have, you know, in order for this to work. Which I don't like doing because they're kind of a little bit tedious to set up. So I'm trying to think, like, what's the best way to do it? Because in this guy, we can't just turn him off because he does other stuff as well. He does our books and he does our steel dust and stuff. So it's like, what do I do? Do I just, like, say no? In terms of priorities, these don't really have that. So we can't even do that either. I mean, we can see. Like, I can chuck these in there and see if it will vote to use them, I guess. So let's do, what was it? It was 150 we ended up settling on. You know what? Yeah, it's going to keep using the Inferium essence. I have a feeling what we might be able to do is if we just get rid of this recipe here. Actually, I think I can keep... Yeah, I think he can stay normal. Yeah, I think we're good. Chuck that in there. I think this works. 150. Okay, yeah. Maybe we take all of these out. That's probably a little bit more sensical. Sensical? Sensible. There's already a word for it. I don't need to invent a word. We've got one for it. So yeah, this thing, if I click craft, in terms of the essence... It's done. It's done. The essences are done, which means it's now crafting the end seeds, which should do 100 time, which we should see very shortly. Yep, there we go. That's about 100 done. Yep, 100 done. It's amazing. I love it so much. Okay, and so we'll run back over here. In terms of the nether seeds and stuff. Ooh, hold on. Wither. Does the wither have a spawn egg? I don't know if it did. I feel like it didn't. Spawn egg. What do we have? We have skeleton, wither skeleton, and withered bee. Yeah, okay. Because I was going to say, we could, you know, if that's possible. Farm those. I'm trying to think, what else can we do for this? I think we can imprison them, right? Like in a mob imprisonment tool, and then maybe farm them that way. That's an option. Or we can use the jelly babies. I think the jelly babies we figured out worked. But I don't know if that's faster. You know what I mean? Like, that obviously gets us nether stars, but I don't know if it's faster. If we go in here and look at how many stars we need, we need 90,000. That's a lot. That is a lot. I mean, we're getting there. We are getting there. Okay. Bear with me. What was I doing? I was going in this direction. All right, so in terms of seeds... Apparently we only have 138, which I think is an issue to do with this stuff happening here. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but it doesn't really seem to be happening. What are we trying to craft? We're trying to craft Imperium? So if I search... Or are we trying to craft... I really don't know. Essence? Do I need to do this? Is that what it wasn't too sure about? Are you good now? I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'll cancel it. And we might just order extra because it is nice to just have an even amount of seeds. Like it just simply is. So we'll do 12 of those. Yeah, what does it need? Yeah, it needs to craft the Imperium. Okay. Yeah, not too sure. It's done the exact same thing. It said, huh? What are you doing? All right, well, I've manually crafted the stuff. I don't know if that's going to help. Oh, okay, we've only got 2 left. Okay, I think it's working then. Maybe. Who knows? Oh, God. Yeah, listen, this happens so often. You're like, everything works perfectly. And then the game's just like, well, actually, I don't think it does. I don't think it... And it's like, what? What do you mean it doesn't? Like, what is this? Alright, I believe the 2 are crafting at the moment. Yep, 1's done. Come on. I ordered 2. Listen, I ordered 2. You can't do me like this. You cannot. Oh, you... I need to figure it out. I need to figure it out. People rely on this machine. This machine it's the lifeblood of this company. 149. But why? You should work beautifully. You should work wonderfully. Do I need to check each of these? I don't want to. Nobody wants to do that. What? Okay. We have prosperity seeds in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, surprisingly. On the outsides, nothing. That is shocking. I don't really know how to clean this out. Unless maybe we find like a simple seed that we can do and we just order like... or not that much, but order just like 200. You know, just... This might flush out the system. Because what this will do is this will send everything in here. You know what? It actually won't flush out the system. In fact, it might break the system even more. Oh no. Oh no, hold on. Oh, it didn't do anything? Oh no, I think those craft manually. Okay, hold on. We genuinely need to put in like 200, I think. Just to flush this through. But we don't have 200. Oh god. Oh no. Oh my, why did it, it's so upsetting. Everything worked perfectly. Also, our jetpack, I turned hover mode off. There we go. I was like, yeah, jetpack's really not doing anything. Alright, so all we're going to do is I'm going to open this guy up. I'm going to, I guess we can keep the, we'll take those out for now. I'm going to search seed. I'm going to search end. We're going to drag those in. Awesome. So now we should have the end seeds processing, which means we'll get a bunch of the essence, which is going to be awesome. It does mean as well that realistically I should filter this tool. I guess he's fine, actually. He's fine how he is. But what we should get, yeah, is end essence. And that should be accessible in our system if we search end essence. Yep, we've got some. Awesome. Which means if I search for the seeds again, in theory, they're going to allow me to craft like 200 now because we've got enough essence. Pretty much. So I'll wait for a little bit more. We'll get like one more run to go through. And then I'll go ahead and we'll take these out so that that doesn't break. So then once the final ones are finished processing, which we can see over there, they're all done. We should have 149 in the system. So I'm going to click on this. And I'm going to order 200. And in theory, it's all going to work wonderfully. And everything's going to be good. Alright, so the seeds are done. They all crafted. And we have 361. Okay? So in theory, if I order 39, then we'll be at a nice even number. And in theory, this machine should work and we should get 39. I'm going to lose my mind if we don't get 400 at the end of this. It's going to be insane. My brain is going to explode. It's going to be horrific. But yeah, I'm surprised we have the emeralds. So the whole emerald thing, that's done. It's finished. Done. Dusted. Why'd you only go up by like 2? What are you... What are you doing? Buddy, what are you... Please. Okay, something's wrong with the recipe here. Using the Supremium. That's the issue. That is literally the only issue. Let's cancel this. Let's search for our essences. I mean, clearly I've done something wrong here. It's kind of fine. We can work through it. I'm gonna get some of this. I'm gonna chuck this in here. I'm gonna make a bunch of... a bunch of Imperium. Like a crazy amount. More than we need. Hopefully. And then we'll try this again. So I'm gonna have to order 100 to flush out the system again, I think. But we don't have the essence. Alright, we're watching. This better give us the perfect amount. Okay. So it only did 100. Why does it only do 100? That is mind-blowing to me. I feel like... Oh, no. We're up a little bit more. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. I have a feeling if we just keep ordering 100, eventually it'll even out. You know, it makes sense, right? I really don't know. You do not dare. I hate this essence. I despise it. Okay, no, it's done. What? I'm mind blown. So 579. I mean, listen, it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? It's just it should be. That's the thing that annoys me is that We haven't changed anything. The system used to... See, it just went up by 2. Where's it? Where's it pulling this from? Okay, I'm sure the system will fix itself eventually. I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine for now. I hate it. I hate it. Regardless though, this is going to make us everything we need pretty much instantly. If we click on the dimensional seed and click on this, we can start crafting, I guess, the blocks, sure. And then we only need 20,000 essence. And that sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, but it really isn't. We've already got 1,500. We let this guy run for a little bit longer, we're good. If we even just stop him and craft more seeds in the meantime, we're even better, right? We can craft even more. So it's purely whatever we want to do here. I will turn it off, I think, and we'll wait for these final ones to finish, and I'll order some more. Why not? And then maybe, hopefully, we can flush out the crafting system there. All right. I don't want to spend too much time troubleshooting this issue that probably doesn't even have a problem. I'm probably doing something wrong, but that's the problem. I don't know what it is. See, each time I craft it, we get a few extra. It's happening. I don't know how it's doing it, but we're slowly getting it back. All right, we're awfully close. We're awfully close. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna order this extra 100, and then we might just let it sit. But I want it to be an even number. We've only ordered. Oh no, we didn't only order even numbers. We ordered like an odd amount at some point to try and even it out. Oh god. Listen, it says 1,000. We're a little bit over, but at least in here it says 1,000. I can sleep at night. I actually probably can't. I'm probably trying to fix this off camera later. But anyhow, this is going to make us 1,000 each time this machine runs. It needs to run 20 times. Then we have our dimensional seed. That's the long story short. So, dimensional seed, pretty much taken care of. Philosopher's fuel, this guy needs uranium. Now, uranium is a bit of a problem. We need, I believe, a 5 times block. We need 40,000 more raw uranium. That's fine. That's in the realm of possibilities, but it's also kind of like, yeah, probably not going to happen. In the real world, we'll probably just make these seeds. Great, more of this seed machine that doesn't even work. That's going to be awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. I think that is the play, because we'll see how much we need to actually do this. Obviously before we fully commit. But if we grab this guy, we can come chuck him over here. We can get some essence, and then we can see how much that essence will need. So we'll chuck that there. I think I want to go back into the crafting area to make the pattern for the essence. So, for example, this essence into this is what we want. We can chuck that in here. And while we are here, let's remove the smelting recipe. Now, I know we've got both, but we'll just see what happens here. So if I now order the 5 times, we would need 2 million. 2 million essence. And since we have about the ability to make half of these uranium ingots with the crushed ore we have, then we would at the very least need 1 million, which is a bit of a problem. Alternatively, we could try to get raw uranium through the use of a laser drill. This might be the better play. Now, this has to be done in the nether. And I am curious as to what our current nether setup is, because we do have a void miner in the nether. I don't know if it's fully upgraded. I guess we're about to see. We might, if we're in the right dimension, all I have to do is swap out the lenses in here. Yeah, this is a full processor. We are currently in a warped forest. Weeping Maya, but the actual thing's in a warped forest. Was that one of them? Please be one of them. Warped forest is one. We can give this guy some green lenses, and then we get exactly what we want. Listen, that sounds pretty good to me. We'll be able to see how much we get, because it still might not be enough. But regardless, it might be. So we'll need a lime laser lens. Now, we sadly do not have that here. If we search lens, I think we need to make like 6 of these as well. We can just dye a lens. Beautiful. So if I search lens, we can click on this. We can order, I think it's 6. I'm pretty confident. So we'll order 6 of those. They should honestly not take too long. We'll get some lime dye in the grid. We'll go back to that lens over here, and we'll start crafting that, or at least be able to. Now, these machines here, sadly, we do need to go right into the middle of it, which, as you can see, is a little bit trickier than, I guess, It should be. So we'll break this. I think we can just pick these up and place them later. That should be fine. So we'll just dig our way in. Laser drill. And then all laser bases right here. Currently with green because it's getting us a bunch of Vibranium. Or at least it should be. Who knows if it even is. We'll take this stuff out. We will craft 6 of these. Like so. We will chuck them in. And I believe we need to lower this a crazy amount. So I'll spam click this as much as I can. I don't think... Yeah, you can't hold it. You just gotta spam click it. Shift and control don't really seem to be doing anything. I believe it said like between like 5 or something, right? Let's press this again. Obviously we want some uranium. Minimum 5, maximum 29. So we'll go somewhere in the middle. So we'll go to, I don't know, 13. That sounds good. In terms of the other biases here, 5 and 29 seems to be the max, right? 5 and 29. So we're good. Awesome. So this should be getting us uranium, which we should be able to look in here and see. So here's our uranium. We're kind of just not. You know what I mean? It's kind of just not really getting us uranium. We are in a warped forest. This doesn't say what biome it believes it's in, but we are in one. Warped forest. F3, does it show me the same thing here? The biome should be on the left somewhere. Yep, warped forest. And we'll double check once again because I'm a little bit confused here. Biomes, warped forest is one, whitelisted. None of them are blacklisted, but these ones are whitelisted. A weight of 5, so we should get some, I believe is what that means. It's going like crazy. I don't see anything showing up, but we should be. We should be getting some. But we still just have 43909. Now, what does this mean? Well, it could mean a number of things. One is it could mean that wherever this is entangled isn't really doing what it should be. I'm also... Hold on. It's sort of just running... It's kind of... I don't know what it's doing. Because I was going to say as well, in regards to our Allthemodium ores, we have a lot... Yeah, we have a lot. Is it really just that rare? I guess it could be. If we have a look at this, what was the weight for the Vibranium? The weight was 1, so much rarer. Warped forest. Any for that stuff? Yeah, I really don't know. But we're clearly not getting that. Are we getting this potentially? Yeah, okay. We're getting some of this. Some raw uranium that is from Mechanism. Sure. I don't know why we are, but we are. That makes more sense, and I think that's fine. So realistically, we need what, 4,000 of this? Do we remember how many we started with? I'll be honest, I don't think enough. I don't think enough. What we could do is if I click on this, we have about 40,000. We need to craft 500,000. I should be able to order 250,000, which is a crazy amount. But if we can at least get that ball rolling, I think that's a good start. So I'll order that. Apparently. So that'll happen. Awesome. And then maybe we can, I don't know, have a better picture with things. I'm trying to think, what else can we do to get our hands on this this uranium thing we need for that Philosopher's Fuel? Because that is now currently the biggest issue we're facing, is this guy here. So obviously he needs that, which needs that, which needs that, which needs that, which needs that. So the blocks themselves, obviously we can cast. That's apparently it. Makes sense, I guess. The uranium ingots, there's a few. There's 2. Bigger reactors and all the ores. The bigger reactors one, no recipe. All the ores one, obviously recipes. I really don't see anything here being better than what we've already, I guess, had a look at, to be honest. Because there's the bees. These are a 40% chance per honeycomb. That's not bad, but that's still 250,000 honeycombs in theory that we need just to maybe get it if we get it 40% every time. So I don't think that's the play. I think the options we're looking at are the plays. So I think I'll keep this guy on. He'll keep getting this stuff slowly. We can place this stuff back down. Make sure he's still good with everything. And then I'm guessing... I reckon we do the seeds. I still think the seeds are probably a better option. But he'll keep doing his thing. I'm sure it'll pay off. He'll keep doing his thing. We've obviously ordered a bunch of ingots that they're going to be on their way. Get rid of that overlay. Yeah. Now in terms of the end stone, I imagine we're done, to be honest, because we've gotten a crazy amount inside here. Yeah, plenty. We're done. So we can go ahead and turn this guy off. I guess while we're sitting here cooking stuff up, let's put the nether star seed back in just to, you know, keep that ball rolling. Yeah, look at these. Are they all turning on? Do we have 1,000? I don't know if we do. No, I think those were leftover from the other stuff. We can put that stuff away. Awesome. So, hear me out. First of all, what do we have? We need 6 more Unobtanium Allthemodium. Unobtanium Allthemodium. We need 6 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We now have all of that stuff. We apparently need an improbable probability device. Improbable probability device. Okay. I'll click start and I'll click craft. There it is. Here, we'll hold it so that we get that quest done. Beautiful. What's next on the list? There's obviously the dimensional seed. Now, the dimensional seed, I believe we can craft everything. I might actually have to check what's going on here. Yeah, we're still crafting stuff. Now, the rate at which we're crafting this stuff is embarrassing, to say the least. Obviously, that should be a lot faster. And while we're at it, I should order these uranium seeds before it's too late. So, I would like at least 1,000. It's only going to cost 4,000 ingots. I think it's a worthy investment, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to click start. They should hopefully be on there, 1,000. In terms of the crafting recipes we were just looking at, let's quickly go and check in on those. Because I thought that we had them all in here, like the clay as well. Yeah, clay block, clay ball, clay block, 1 times clay block. Okay, so the original clay block is what's messing us up. There is an original clay block somewhere here that is just ruining the party, and I need to find it. There it is, the original clay block. We take this guy up, we place him in there, the party is over. The party is simply over. Dimensional seed, yeah, the clay's just done. All right, endstone, blackstone, soul sand. I thought we already ordered this, but if we didn't, that's fine. I'll order them now. And they, yeah, I think they're already done. We have everything we need. So I can search dimensional seed. You know what? I kind of want to be here for this. This has been, you know, this is a pretty big moment. So we'll come over here to our little guy over here. We'll search dimensional seed, click start. And, okay, yeah, I thought this might happen. Because this setup's configured for seeds, it doesn't necessarily work right. So I actually need to take that guy off. And then I guess I get to place him manually, which is kind of pretty fun. So, boom, there it is. Let's get a few screenshots, I guess. This is probably going to be the thumbnail, I imagine. To be fair, a little bit more anticlimactic than I thought in terms of the crafting of it, because it was a lot cheaper suddenly, which was a little bit surprising. So, I don't know when they did that, but it must have been a little while ago, which is a bit embarrassing. All right, dimensional seed is complete. You know what? Let's jump down here and place the rest of these guys. I like that they give us the pedestals as well. Honestly, really nice. So let's grab you. Let's grab you. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my god, boom. Okay, nice, nice, nice. So if we look in here again, 2 pieces of the star, 3 pieces, sorry, remain. Obviously the Patrick star. We'll have to figure that out. That'll, I imagine, be an episode of its own. It could be this episode, I'm not sure. Master of Alchemy, Master of Undead. Antimatter, Uranium. That is currently the pickle that remains. So Uranium, we're clearly short on some seeds. No real surprise there. I am curious. Yeah, that's still a little bit off. All right, so Uranium, we're a little bit short. I will order an extra 100 just to get us over that 1,000, because that just helps in terms of getting this machine running, getting this these guys running as fast as we can, because there still is downtime. I think arguably we do want another 1,000, and we can do it, so I'm going to. It doesn't take that long to craft this stuff. Why shouldn't we? So that's where we're currently standing, I think. I think that should be fine. And then obviously the antimatter and stuff. So, in regards to the antimatter, I do want to have one quick look, because obviously it has been a little while this episode in terms of letting this battery fill. So we can look in here. Woo, we can see some of the green bar. Okay, nice, nice. You'll love to see it. I do want to fix that antimatter issue that we were talking about earlier. And I reckon we can. We need to store the antimatter somewhere. Currently it gets stored in here. This guy stores 32 buckets worth. We don't need 32 buckets. But it would be nice to have. Let me follow this cable back to the base if I can. So I think this goes back down here. So that cable comes through here, connects to all this stuff. Big cable comes down here, runs all the way along here and into the bottom, and it has 8 of 32, one of which is this, which means we have an extra channel available, which is going to be the exporter for that that guy that we've got, that antimatter bucket tank over here. So this guy here. So I'm gonna go Fluix. I assume this is going to work. We'll go exporter or export bus. We'll search cards. We're gonna need a few, one of which is going to be a crafting card, which is this guy here. So he'll need a basic card. Sure, yep. Of course, we don't have anything pre-made. Crafting card, grab him. Then we need acceleration cards. So that's going to be these guys here. Once again, we don't have anything made. Awesome. What are these? Calculation processors. You know what? Calculation processor. 1,000. No, okay, I can't craft 1,000. We can craft 100 though. Listen, that's fine. So then we'll make acceleration cards. We obviously need 3 of these to begin with. In fact, do we have any? We've got enough. Okay, well, you know what? It happens. Oh, we've actually got... I crafted some. It's fine. It's fine. So, export bus is going to go on the back of here. Which is going to be a little bit weird, but I think we can get it to work. Because if we chuck in a crafting upgrade, remember, we can set this guy to not use stocked items, which means he'll only craft to fill this guy up. So it won't mess up with the internals and stuff. So that's good. That should work. Obviously, we can put our acceleration cards in. This cable then needs to simply meet up over here. Which, as you can see, it can. And what we should see is this guy start up. Are we going to? I don't know. I don't know. But we should. But we should. Now, there is a predicament where it might just craft a mill bucket. This device is online. This device is also online. So everything's online. It's just not doing it. Which is a little bit concerning. A little bit. Oh! There is a missing puzzle there. I need to tell this guy what to export. That probably makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? Antimatter. Oh, if I can spell it. Antimatter. Drag this guy in. Boom. Boom. Only craft items will export. Boom. Antimatter? Antimatter? Exporting. This guy stores the stuff. He's got antimatter in him. He's got miller buckets. I put the right antimatter in. It's antimatter from mechanism. Crafting card. Acceleration cards. Device online. It says in the top left. Cable is connected. The pattern is still in there. The pattern is still device online. Sure. In terms of in here, we don't currently have a recipe running that is possibly like clogging the system. Sure. We have a single antimatter. Inside of this, we have 1 bucket worth of antimatter. Is that what's happening? Where's that antimatter stored? The antimatter is being stored in here. Sure. I don't fully know what to do here. If I order 0.001, does it craft it? If it did craft it, this guy would have... Yeah, it did craft it. 0.363. It was 362 before. So it works. But it's not doing it. Export bus. Export, antimatter, crafting. Mind blown. Not a clue. Not a clue what I'm doing. The only thing I can think of is if it's not understanding that it can place things in this tank. That is definitely on the table. I can see that as happening. So what I think we could do instead is get a chemical tank as a bit of a buffer. Which, I mean, this is ridiculous. To be honest. You know what? We can place this guy right here. Open him up. Gases output at the back. Input every other side. That should be fine. And then we'll do the export bus and this guy like so. And that should be fine. So boom, boom. Don't use stocked items. Just let everything out in there. Then we will search for our antimatter. And it might work. Is this guy going to get some antimatter? Buddy? Is the antimatter... No, it's not radioactive. I feel dumb. You know what it could be? It could be that maybe for whatever reason it's too small of an amount that we're crafting at once. These like mill buckets. Maybe. I mean, I'm grabbing at straws. Obviously, I'm trying to reach here for what it could possibly be. If I place this guy in here and we just increase this by, like, I remove a 0 and click set, and I add a 0 and click set, is that going to change it? Like, listen, I don't know why it would, but I'm struggling to wrap my head around why it's not currently. Ignore the contents of target inventory, show hide patterns, so yeah. So it should be fine. This guy still, he doesn't really care. Oh, by the way, we actually have a bucket worth, which I sort of didn't realize, but that means we can craft another piece of antimatter, which is pretty cool. So there we go. We have our second antimatter. I mean, so hey, listen, that's pretty good. Let's grab that wither compass back up. It's possible we have enough, to be honest, because I think we made one of the pieces already. Wither's compass, or maybe not. We need yeah. Oh, it's 3 per each. I didn't even. Okay. Well, that's sort of off the table for a little bit, I guess. A little bit unfortunate there. But yeah, I am a little bit baffled in terms of why this guy isn't working. I'm pretty sure he should be working, so it is a little bit disappointing here. I'll try to think a little bit more to see if I can figure out what the issue is likely. This guy should say 9. Yeah, he says 9 channels now, which means he's not overloaded, unless like this guy is somehow overloaded and unable to keep up. But I mean, he clearly is. He's able to craft the stuff if I just order it normally. So I'm pretty stumped. I'll be honest. Now, there is another possibility, and it's that this ender tank is the problem. Which means what I could do is I could pick him up. I guess that's a simple solution. So I'll pick him up. And is now going to work? Because now... Well, I don't know what now. Now if I change this, use stocked items, it does nothing. I feel like it's struggling to do anything, because use stocked items insinuates that it will use antimatter in the system, but I guess we don't have any antimatter. So if I order, hold on, if I order 0.050, right, a decent amount, if we order that, and that crafts, which as you can see, it's crafting here, crazy amount, is that going in here? It is. Okay, so that part's working, and then he just turns off. He doesn't care. Alright, you know what? We could stand here and craft stuff, or I could attempt to make this guy. Now, we can make parallel processes, because we do it, I'll need to do a little bit of work, but I think it might be doable. We might be able to do it. We're going to need memory cards. I think we can do that. We're going to need dense energy cell. I think we can do that. We need a fluid logic circuit. I think we can do this stuff. I'm pretty sure it's all doable. Should be easily doable too. Should be being the key word there. I don't know why this... Oh, because we're waiting on the gold. Oh, that's never going to happen. Do we have another way to get gold? Hold on. Gold, what do we have? Do we have some nuggets? Yeah, this is honestly the better approach here. Just simply because of how our system currently is. So... Really? Alright, there we go. There we go. I just had to restart that recipe. So that's that guy. The dense energy cell. Oh, sorry. What? What? Didn't it just say that I could craft that stuff? Energy. Oh god, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Energy cell. Yeah. 8 of you. What are you doing? That should be so easy to do. There we go. Craft you. So that's a dense energy cell. Wonderful. The memory cards. One of these memory cards, there we go, is the blank one. That's the one we want. We want 2 of these, which need a little bit of iron. That should be easily doable. 1, 2. And then we should have almost what we want. What we need now are 2 of these resonating crystals. These are going to be... We should have this recipe, resonating dust. Which is what? Stuff in water or this flux aggregator, which... Like, did we not make this stuff? Listen, there's a bit of a mixture in my brain in terms of what we did and didn't do. Circuit etcher. Yeah, we didn't end up making that, the thing needed to make that, right? The aggregator. This thing. This thing costs, yeah, a lot of what we're already using. I can't be bothered doing all that. I guess we'll just manually make one. That's going to be easier, I think. So we'll need a resonating dust and some sand. The resonating dust is, skystone, ender dust, and that. The ender dust is ender pearl in an inscriber. Alright, I believe I can chuck all this stuff in there. Hopefully my magnet doesn't pick it up before it changes. Okay, unlucky. Wait a second. Our magnet's off. Hold on. Something's not adding up. How are we picking this up if my magnet's off? I must have just been too close to it. Anyhow, resonating dust, awesome. We are going to combine that with sand, like so, to get a bunch of this stuff. I think then we just chuck that in an enrichment chamber. Pretty sure that's how that works. We get a bunch of these crystals. Then I can order this guy, which needs 2 of these, which can be ordered, which will then allow us, boom, to craft an ME requester. How does this guy work? Well, we jump back into the other. Lots of back and forth here. We get rid of this guy, because he just doesn't work. So we get rid of him. That's fine. Down here, we can place this guy back. Awesome. He's hooked up. He's being used again. Wonderful. Over here, what we do, and we don't have to do it over here, but we know we have an extra channel. We connect this guy to the system, the ME requester. Inside, we can set things to be maintained. For example, in theory, if this works, we can drag in antimatter. Oh, no, apparently we can't. Okay. But what we might be able to do is drag in an antimatter palette. And we can say, keep 1. In theory, this guy will send that order through the system, and it will attempt, as you can see, to craft 1. And it will, I believe it will attempt to, I don't know what's going on with this stuff. I think those are leftover recipes. But more importantly, this guy is now ordering. He's ordered, he's crafting an antimatter palette. You can see how long it's taken. You can see what it's currently doing. Yeah, I mean, that's where we're at. Awesome. Obviously, once again, the main bottleneck is this guy down here, the chemical oxidizers, doing all of the wasted honeycombs. I'm trying to debate how we go about doing this on a mass production. Realistically, I'm honestly tempted to rip all this up. Realistically, what is the best play? I think I know what we can do, and it might not be pretty, but it'll be effective. If we pick this guy up, and this guy, right? Then now they're connected, right? Or disconnected, sorry. Then I think if I run through here, and I break each of these cables, and we even disconnect this guy here, then none of those are connected. Oh, actually, that's a very bad idea. Very bad idea, because that's how we're getting fuel into the into these guys, the deuterium. You good? You still good? Come on. Number back up. Okay, number's going back up. So that right side we need. We'll have to figure out exactly how much of it we need, but... Okay. Yeah, we're full again. Or at least run away. Because I'm trying to reclaim channels. I don't know if I've made that obvious yet. I'm trying to gain back channels that we can use. Currently over here, this guy's making a bunch of sulfur. I don't think we need this stuff, so let me disconnect that. So that should be good. Is that good though? So if we come back over here, I mainly just want this guy to still be running. He's powering everything. Is the number still going up? It does appear to be. I'll watch for one more time just to see if it goes up again, because then I'll know it's done like a full cycle. And the number has gone up again. Awesome. Okay, I feel confident. I feel confident that we can leave that. So we will leave that. And now what I've done by disconnecting this side is we've now reclaimed a bunch of channels that can be seen, if we just pick that up, by looking down here. This guy's now got 16 out of 32, so we cleared up 16 channels, which means that's 16 more potential chemical oxidizers. So we're going to go into small square mode, and I will apparently I have a lot of work to do. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, I believe, just mass produce these. So we'll search for our chemical oxidizers. We do have 2 of them, but obviously we do want a few more. I'm going to order 6 more for now. I think that's a nice number. Obviously, these will all be slapped beside. We're going to get a bunch of pattern providers, and we're just going to place a bunch of these. So boom, 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 boom. Now, in terms of all of these connecting, I don't believe they can. The reason isn't necessarily because we don't have enough, because there should be, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which is less than 16, so we should be good. But the problem is this one little Fluix cable can't connect to them all. So, I think what we might be able to do is place this guy there. And now, all of these should boot, and we should hopefully see... Oh, device still missing channel. Bit of a pickle. Yeah, okay, so I imagine maybe these things can't transmit that much. So, for example, if we attach this guy, and then I search for more dense covered cables, and we get a few of them, you know, just a few, and we run these down here, boom, 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 boom. And then connect this here. Is that now, will these have enough? Let's see. Network booting, it's still missing channel. A lot of these are still missing channel. This guy directly says missing channel. Really? I don't know. I don't know if I agree. 21 of 32 is connecting right here, and this is the main connection, which means we should have plenty left. I believe that's how that works. The only way this wouldn't work is if something else was happening. For example, if I break this, does it now boot? This one is online. These are all online now. Now that I've disconnected that guy there. So if I reconnect this guy, does he turn all the other ones off? Network booting, device online, and now these are all missing channel. Sure. I don't know what necessarily the reasoning is, but that's fine by me. Sure. Chemical oxidizers. Alright, so we'll need a few more of these. Wonderful. Okay, and now, because of the way that these wonderful machines work and this wonderful mod works, Mechanism is honestly one of my favorite mods, we can just right-click all of these, and they now share the exact same inputs and outputs, which is awesome. What we can do next is obviously nothing, except for just do the patterns. Oh, brilliant. Okay, so I think I placed one of the patterns in here because we obviously like reused one of the guys. So I'm in here. This pattern is what we want. We want to place this guy here. And then what we want to do is make more of these, right? So I grab this pattern and I grab this pattern, and then we just need more patterns to put in there. So here, craft 2, really? 2? Alright, well we got a few regardless, so we'll chuck that in there. And I am just going to be doing this for a few of them, as you can potentially see. Boom, boom. Wonderful. I don't know how many we needed, but I made like, I don't know, too many, probably. So then, I believe if I just add this, I think it just starts getting used. Yeah, that's how crazy these are. So once the patterns go in, obviously we still need to do the upgrades and provide the power to begin with as well. They're currently just running off some power that charged in my inventory. So we'll chuck all that stuff in there. We'll search for... We'll keep using ender gates. I mean, they're pretty solid, I'll be honest. So we'll craft 10 of them. Don't know if we need 10, but we can craft 10. We'll grab out all of those. Beautiful. And slap them down. I probably should have put them on top. Nah, that's probably going to be annoying. Then we just need the upgrades, which, to be honest, we don't have a lot of. I'll order a stack of each, and realistically, they should craft pretty fast, just because of how we've got this whole setup, well, set up. That is, of course, unless they need literally any ore process, because we're still currently processing 17,000 uranium. Yeah. Okay, well, regardless, they're on. And to be honest, I was going to say, why was this one going so fast? I think it was one that we already had upgraded. Why are you not really getting ingredients? How strange. He's struggling a bit to get stuff, whereas this stuff's like... These, maybe because he's fast and these other guys are pretty slow. Yeah, because I think these are maybe getting outrun too, no? Not sure. Not sure what the reasoning is, but it's there and it's happening. Oh, he looks like he's filling up now. He was just, you know, he was catching up. We do have some upgrades to begin with, which I could put in. Why do we do this? The problem is, if I cancel this, it's too late. I can show you why it's too late as well, because you're probably thinking, like, why don't you just cancel all that processing? The way this system works is it fills up a buffer chest. So these guys are just full of uranium. So there's no fixing it anyway. All we could do, if we really wanted to, was... Oh, and he's actually... Yeah, because he's got a bunch on him. Okay, hold on. I can swap you out. There we go. And I can do that for a lot of these. Alright, I went through and picked them up off the ground and gave it to them, which means I believe we're actually good. Yeah, it's actually gone ahead and crafted all that stuff, which is awesome. So we can actually continue doing what we were doing. So we'll chuck the upgrades in here, and hopefully this boosts us a reasonable amount. I mean, we're more than doubling it, clearly. So we can go in here. We'll start off with the energy upgrades. It's sort of easier to do them one at a time, so we can go through here and just make sure that they all have the ingredients. Obviously, it like refills the one in my hand. So by crouching and right-clicking, it puts the full stack in at once, which is awesome. So there we go, and there we go. Beautiful. That was pretty much all of it. Then we can obviously get the speeds, and we can actually do all but one, because we know now that, We only needed all but one. Yeah, cool. Okay, so I think everything's upgraded now. So the only issue is, well, it kind of looks like it's just a waiting game, which is pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, cool. So if I come back over here, what's currently happening? If we look at this recipe, oh, yeah, we're like done in terms of you know, the stuff we needed in terms of the honeycombs. It's now literally just finishing off these final bits. And that's a single antimatter created. And because the way we have this set up, he'll always maintain one. We can push it higher. We can also request a batch. Request count, request batch. Okay. Sure. Okay, so all that's left now is the polonium and the antimatter. It needs to craft polonium, and it does so in here. Currently it's not, which is a little bit concerning. This guy's full, which I'll be honest, is a bit of an issue. That's a pretty big issue. Okay. Barrel. I think that might be the problem, because I think in the actual tube is a bunch stored. This might be our big issue that's been happening. I think we can fix it. I think if I go ahead and listen, it's going to be messy. Okay, it's going to be messy to say the least. But I think if I stack these up... Oh, they chain react? So I could have just stacked them under the ground? Oh, well. Actually, no, I couldn't. Because, okay, I know what I need to do. I need to grab a tube. A pressurized tube. I need to place you... Oh, no, I don't know where to place you. Because these are input and output from top and bottom, they're kind of awkward to build. Temporarily, what I can do is slap this like so. And what we can do is have it go in the top. And then have it come out of the bottom, like that. And so this guy constantly maintains being full. But the issue is, this guy doesn't know, like, our system doesn't know that that's what's happening. Okay. So, inside here, we do have a storage for polonium. So, realistically, we change this guy to be an import bus. And that might solve our issue. Bear with me. Hopefully this works. Oh, okay, yeah, that's working so far. Acceleration cards. We have at least... what we need. We only need 4. You need to be picked up. You need to now be an import bus with acceleration cards and with a cable attached. And so you should now be going into the system, assuming that everything works. I might have to put a filter on him, I'm not sure. But in the system, we should see polonium filling up or something. But we're not. And this guy's not filling up. Oh no, he's alluding that he is. Okay, I think it is working. I think the bit that it is pulling in at a time is currently processing, and I imagine we can see that through one of these barrels, maybe. Or maybe it's in this pipe. This pipe, yeah, the pipe is going down. Okay, we're good. I don't think these need to exist. One by one, we'll empty them. In fact, I mean, this guy's empty. I am scared to break him, because obviously I don't want to necessarily radiate the area. I think I can. There was meant to be nothing in him. The radiation didn't go up upon breaking him, so that's obviously a big benefit. And then we'll continue on with this. So I'll disconnect this pipe, and then we'll set this guy to extract. And so now this barrel's empty, wonderful. And we will do the exact same thing with this next one. Place him, make sure they're disconnected, set this guy to extract. Now this guy should be empty. We should also then reattach this pipe and disconnect this pipe. This pipe is now completely empty. This guy's empty. We should be able to break all of this and not blow up the entire world. Awesome. Wonderful. You love to see it. Let's go to wrench mode so we can pick up this stuff, which shouldn't have anything in them. This guy should be... yeah, he's apparently empty now. Allegedly something happened. This guy has nothing in him. And if we check this guy, he does. He has polonium. Awesome. Okay, so I think we're good. So now we should be crafting antimatter. That's the point in this puzzle that we're up to. And just like before, we're not. Wonderful, awesome. It's glad to see that nothing's working. 10 buckets of polonium for an antimatter. And in here, sorry, I mean this is painful. And in terms of polonium, we have more than 10 buckets. We have 1,000 buckets, and we're still in the same boat. I'm gonna cancel it, and it should just order it again. That's the way that this guy works. Yep, he ordered it again. And we have an antimatter. Cool. So I take that antimatter out, and we now have enough to craft one of these things. A gravitational modulating unit. And then it's ordered another one. And we have all of the polonium, so all we need is the actual crafting of the antimatter. And so that's what we're getting. And in terms of that, it's pulling directly out of here. It is currently pulling, I think, yeah, like 400 million each time. It's clearly keeping up. The slow part, the slow part is honestly this guy here. And I don't think we can necessarily do much to fix that outside of placing another pattern provider there with the exact same pattern in it, which we can do, but I don't think we have enough channels. But that's definitely on the table. I'll tell you what, pretty good episode. So, looking at the star, we are so close. We need the uranium. We still do need some more nether star essence, but as you can see, we are awfully close. And then we just need this antimatter that we're cooking up. I'd say we're doing pretty good. What I should do, realistically, is open this guy up and set him to be, this count defines how many items should be held in stock before it starts requesting new crafts. When a craft request is emitted, this will say how much it should. So I'm going to tell this guy, keep 6 in the system. That's how much we need, and click submit. So yeah, hopefully he does his thing. We'll see. I'm sort of doubtful at this point, but I don't know. We'll check it. In terms of everything else, I think I just want to go back to the machines. Check over here. Currently, I believe we are still doing... What are we doing? Currently, we're doing nether star seeds. We can chuck in the uranium as well, just to get it going. Just so that they're both doing their thing. And as you can see, they'll take turns. Some of these machines are going to have double, like, uranium in them. Some of them are going to have, you know, double net. Like, this guy's got 4 uranium. He'll be running non-stop. These guys are going to get some nether stuff. So it's fine. Everything should be good. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. How many more episodes do we think? 1 episode, I think, for the Patrick Star. And then it's honestly just whenever we get these other little bits. It's looking pretty good. It's looking awfully good. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.